Thank you, Chair. My question is to Ms Williams. I've got the organisational chart here. Thank you. How many people work in Prime Minister and Cabinet in the department?
We might get our corporate colleagues to the table in the first instance so we can drill into your questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Senator Christy England, Acting First Assistant Secretary, Corporate Division. Senator, as at the 31st of August, we had 1,382 employees.
Okay. So, Ms Williams, I'm a little bit confused. Your department is able to tell me how many, you've given me a number, of how many public servants work in the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, and you haven't raised the issue of privacy considerations, yet you're unable to give me a number as to the number of ISIS brides in Australia. What is the difference?
So, Senator, I think we would agree that information about the number of employees employed by the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet is public information. It's not subject to the sorts of privacy concerns with respect to individuals that we talked about with the previous matter. It's a very different category of issue.
Minister, do you believe that Australians have the right to know the number of ISIS brides in Australia?
Senator, I think Australians are entitled to know that their government did not provide the sort of assistance to repatriate that we discussed earlier with Senator Patterson. I think what I would say to Australians is the government's the safety of Australians is the government's first priority. Thank you. I would say that, as I said at the very outset of the hearing, that we are aware about a cohort including Australian citizens seeking to return from Syria, that we are not providing assistance and we are not repatriating individuals in Syrian IDP camps. Our security agencies have been and continue to monitor the situation to ensure they are prepared for any Australian from this cohort returning home.
My question was, does the Prime Minister believe that Australians have the right to know how many ISIS brides are in Australia?
Well, I think I should let on those sorts of That's a response that I would let the Prime Minister speak for himself on, but I think the Prime Minister would always work to ensure Australians are safe. That's what he does.
And while I acknowledge you've said the Prime Minister can speak for himself, you're representing the Prime Minister here. And my question goes to, does he believe that Australians have the right to know how many ISIS brides are in Australia?
Australians have a right to be safe. and they have a right to a government that works to keep them safe, and that's what they have.
But they don't have a right to know how many ISIS
I've
brides over
responded
Australia.
to that. I would make the point, governments make decisions all the time about what they make public, what they do not.
But they don't have the right to know how many ISIS brides.
That's not what I said, Senator.
But you haven't said they do have the right.
Well, Senator,
There's positive
I've
and negative
responded. Well, you ask the questions, I answer them. I've responded.
When will the government release the number of ISIS brides in Australia?
I would, Senator, as your government made clear, people have been seeking to make their way back from Syria for some time.